Okay, this is March 8th. This is like Catskill Mountains, and this is a asparagus bed. We leave the stalks up a bit. I'll explain that later on when we talk about asparagus. But this is a wild phlox that is volunteered to grow into this bed, and I pulled this one out already. There are a few. Like there's another one. Nelly, point to it. There's another one we pulled out over there. And there's a couple of gigantic ones that are already pulled out. I'll get this a little bit nicer. That we already threw into this bed right here, this cart right here, excuse me. This is actually only two, but they're massive. Look how big these guys are. I'll try to pick up one and show you at the same time. No, too big. If you can see how big this guy is. And okay, so what the interesting thing is that we're pulling them out in an asparagus bed. And in asparagus, you don't want to mess around too much with the root system, because that's basically everything in asparagus. So there's a big boy right here, and I'm going to, well, actually there's a few more. I'm just going to show you, there's a couple more over here, and then there's actually down the back there. It's kind of there with the light. Just bear with the shaking, and we're going to show you another one. Now the problem with this thing that kind of got me nervous is that I have to pull these out amongst a whole bed. This is established like 15-year-old asparagus bed, and this is a pretty good sized cluster. And if we look really close, I want to see how close we can get. You can see there's asparagus all around it, through it, inside of it, and so on. So we're going to show you how this earth lifted fork works, and this is really the best way to do this, because if you use a shovel, you're going to mess up all the asparagus rhizomes, roots, and things that are going to be future spears and plants, and it's a difficult thing to do because it's amongst a whole bunch of good stuff. So these are going to be pulled out now because it's early in the season, and I'm going to show you an example of, I did a few already, but this is now, let me show you how I'm going to do this guy right here. He's like right in the middle, and he's pretty massive, and he has all kinds of, you can see right here, you can see all the cut off stalks actually. You know, asparagus goes from becoming, first it pops up spears, little tiny outcrops, and then it becomes a spear. You cut that off, you eat it, and then it turns into like a 6, 7, 8 foot fern basically. So we're going to show you pulling this guy out.